If the truth doesn't matter, we're lost. No constitution can protect us. Right doesn't matter anymore. If you find him guilty, you must find that he should be removed. Because right matters. Because right matters. And the truth matters. Otherwise, we are lost.
House impeachment managers wrapping up their opening arguments today in the case against President Trump. Today's focus on obstruction of Congress. After that, the president's defense team gets their say. Here to talk now live about that is a member of the president's defense team, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan. Congressman, thanks for coming in.
You bet, Ed. Good to be with you.
What's your reaction to Adam Schiff there, and what do we expect to hear from the president's team over the weekend?
Yeah, all the talk, 24 hours of talk isn't going to change the facts. The facts are on the president's side. They got a strong argument on constitutional grounds. They got a strong argument on process grounds, and they got a strong argument on the facts because they're on the president's side. So I do find it interesting that the clip you played, it was Adam Schiff talking about the truth. The same Adam Schiff who told us for 2 years that there was more than circumstantial evidence that there was collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. The same Adam Schiff who told us the Nunes memo was not accurate. The same Adam Schiff who told us that the FISA process was fine. We learned last month from Inspector General Horowitz that they lied to the FISA court 17 times. The same Adam Schiff who said we're going to hear from the whistleblower, and the same Adam Schiff who said we had no contact with the whistleblower. Now he's talking about truth on the Senate floor. I just find that a little interesting.
On the question of whistleblower, I've been getting a lot of emails from our viewers. Whatever happened? Why are we not hearing about the whistleblower at this trial?
Yeah, the guy who started it all, the anonymous whistleblower with no firsthand knowledge, who had a bias against the president, according to the Inspector General, and who worked with Joe Biden, the guy who wrote the complaint where he said on bullet point number 1 of the complaint, over the past 4 months, more than half a dozen U.S. officials have informed me of this effort. Who were these U.S. officials? Who were they that had the firsthand knowledge? We don't know. We don't know if they exist because we never got to talk to the whistleblower. We don't know if we interviewed him in the 17 depositions we took in the House. So yeah, if they're going to go down this road, I hope they don't. But if they do, if the Democrats insist on witnesses and they get a few Republicans to vote with them, I don't think that's going to happen. But if they go down that road, you got to go all the way down it, and the whistleblower should come testify. Well, I don't think they should. I don't think that will happen.
There's another road, as you know, that the House impeachment managers went down, which is invoking Burisma, Hunter Biden, Joe Biden. Was that a mistake for the Democrats to drag them into this?
I assume they're trying to do some kind of preemptive maneuver here, but I always thought this one just is on its face. The American people instinctively get it. The idea that the vice president's son with no qualifications gets hired by a company with a background and a history of real corruption, gets hired by this company and gets paid over $50 grand a month. That on its face, Americans say doesn't pass the smell test. So I assume they had to do some kind of preemptive control there, and is why they brought it up. I don't think it flies. The American people see through this. And again, they understand that there are 4 fundamental facts that will not change and are on the president's side.
Now, you mentioned a moment ago that you don't think we're headed towards witnesses. Does that mean, bottom line, that we're headed for some sort of a vote about a week from now to end this trial and to potentially acquit the president?
That would be my guess, because look, the only side that's put on the case so far is the Democrats, the prosecution team, the House managers, and you see no Republican senators talking about the need for witnesses, and we haven't even heard from the president's team. They haven't even made their case yet. So I think that's a great sign. Again, I think it underscores what we all know, which is these core facts are all on the president's side.
The bottom line in terms of the managers, we talked about Adam Schiff a moment ago. Jerry Nadler, a few nights ago, when he invoked this idea that maybe senators would be part of a cover-up, complicit in a cover-up.
Yeah.
Was that a turning point here? Because we're now learning that one of those moderates who would be a pivotal vote to get witnesses for the Democrats, new witnesses, Susan Collins, is saying she was stunned that Nadler made that accusation, and she is the one who sent the note to Chief Justice Roberts saying something's got to be done here.
Yeah. No, I think it's probably just real basic here. It's never a good idea to insult your audience. And it seemed to me that Mr. Nadler's comments were so out of line. That's why the admonishment came from the Chief Justice. And it probably did make senators feel, probably did offend them. And that's why Senator Collins did what she did. So I don't think that helped their case. But even if you hadn't had that, these facts are so strong for the president. I feel real confident that hopefully next week we'll get this decision and get this thing over with and get on to the business of the American people.
So you think, bottom line, that this trial could be over this time next week?
I do. Again, I don't. When you have them talking for this long and not seeming to move anyone, the American people don't seem to be tuning into this as much as we might have anticipated. I think, again, it looks good for the president because these core arguments are all strong for him. And those facts, the idea that we have the transcript, that President Zelensky and President Trump have repeatedly said there was no pressure, no pushage, no linkage of an investigation to the release of the dollars. The Ukrainians didn't know aid was even held at the time of the call. And most importantly, they took no action to get the aid released.
Congressman, we'll be watching today and all weekend long. We appreciate you coming in.
You bet. Thanks, Ed.